GTA 6, the most important event in human history. It will change society forever. Let's be real. What would you choose? Be there for the birth of your children from the woman that you love? Or be there for the launch day of GTA 6? I think we honestly all know what we're gonna be choosing here. You can have more children, you can have another wife. I'm sorry, Krista. It is what it is. But GTA 6 is kind of a lot more important than whatever is happening there. Plus, it looks icky, so I'm out. I'm out. In any case, GTA 6 is a massive deal. At the bare minimum, it's gonna set back American culture by 1,000 years. If you know, you know. Also based. And in any case, it's looking bad. It's looking bad. The fears of woke are getting bigger with every passing day. More people are getting convinced that there's going to be a lot of wokeness in there. The CEO has lied to us. The CEO has omitted information. And they have literally told the developers, you can't talk about certain things. Oh, no, no, no. We wouldn't want to appease the chuds now, would we? And if that's true, oh my god. If GTA 6 turns out to be woke, and the first mission is going and establishing your trans identity, oh man, cities are gonna burn. Probably, I'm assuming, in America. But in any case, it's not looking good. People are afraid, and Rockstar is not giving us any information. And by the way, obviously, GTA is dropping November. Don't worry, it's gonna be there. Don't worry, it's 100% happening this year. Okay, at this point, I think the chances that Jesus come back is a little bit higher than GTA dropping actually this year.
GTA 6 Trailer 3 might be closer than we think. One of the most trusted insiders in the entire industry recently commented on the November 19th release date, and his answer is pretty confident. Right now, we're about a month away from when the marketing campaign is expected to kick off, and honestly, the next few weeks could be the most important for this game since the second trailer dropped. We're also going to talk about the possibility of another delay, we're going to talk about the pricing, which is still a total mystery, and so much more.
$80. It's 100% $80. Everyone knows at this point it has to be $80. I don't believe anything lower.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start off with what the insider Nate the Hate said. Honestly, big shout out to him. He's probably one of the few insiders that I take very seriously every time he speaks. So somebody tweeted at Nate and said this: yes, I believe that making any definitive decision without being absolutely certain that GTA 6 will be released this year is risky. Besides, there's still the possibility.
Dude, I can say the same thing. I'm so tired of the Nate the Hate industry plan shit, okay? There's no concrete gives. But there's like, oh yeah, sure, it could happen. Yeah, if you're gonna tell me it could happen, I'm not exactly sold.
Of the PlayStation 6 being released next year, and that should influence many things. Thank you, Nate.
Is Nate the Hate the same for men as astrology is for women?
To which Nate the Hate responded with this: unless something unexpected and catastrophically goes wrong with GTA 6 in the immediate future, it'll hit in November as planned. Which honestly, this makes a lot of sense. Like, obviously he's not reporting on anything like brand new. He basically said unless there's like a critical error that, you know, breaks everything, then it's gonna release this November, which, let's be real, I think they're so far into development right now, they're probably just on the polish phase, where I don't see how something catastrophic actually happens. Like, I don't see that happening. This is an insider information. This is Nate just saying, like, straight up, like, hey, unless something bad happens, it's still releasing in November. But here's the thing, Nate's not the only person that said that. Obviously, Take-Two CEO Strauss Zelnick has also been, you know, holding the line for that November 19th release date for months.
Yeah. Anyone checked when they actually have their next investors call? Because he also does a lot of things to pump up the investors call. We talked about this the last time about the leaks. It was probably most likely just to pump up the stock for the investors call. I covered it.
He reaffirmed it again at the company's most recent earnings call. His words were this, and I quote, "I've been saying for some time that the release date is November 19th. We obviously reiterated that today, so we feel really good about it." Now, granted, you know, Strauss Zelnick was really confident about the May release date as well. So the fact that, you know, he's confident about November 19th is, you know, I guess it's okay. Like, it's obviously good. But honestly, the quote itself is not even like the strongest part of this whole situation. The real proof is in the pudding, or rather in the money. Take-Two Interactive is projecting net bookings bookings of $8 to $8.2 billion for the fiscal year ending on March 31st, 2027, which is a jump of nearly 20% over the last previous year. And the reason for that is, kind of obvious. They're talking about GTA 6. Like, they don't have a 20% jump up and not have GTA 6 in that equation.
Wait, what? That does not make. I'm not sure. I need to check that because I'm not sure. I need to actually see some numbers, but that sounds like it doesn't make sense for a GTA launch, the numbers. I don't know what's their average fucking year like, but the GTA will make a lot of money in the first. And we're talking about the fiscal year, not the fucking tangible real person year. We're talking about the fiscal year, which is way longer than a year. Ah, man. I need to check that later on. That sounds sus.
Like, they just don't do that. Take-Two is essentially expecting this game to account for $1.5 billion of that increase, which that only really works if the November window obviously holds up. So this isn't Strauss-Zelnick saying nice things to calm fans down. This is him directly talking to the actual investors. They wrote the date directly into their financial guidance that they released, and honestly, a delay past this fiscal year would kind of blow up their forecast and likely tank the stock a bit. Obviously they'll recover, but it's just the reality of doing financial business like this. So again, like Nate the Hate said, unless something truly catastrophic happens, like a data breach that completely ruins everything, they're not going to delay this thing on a whim. Now, is it possible that a delay happens? Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit, but the reality is the case for the November 19th release date is about the strongest it's ever been. So now let's talk about the big one, and that is, when could we realistically see trailer
GTA 6 is not coming out this year. I just look at the Take-Two Interactive Software Inc. report results, port 1. And I mean, it's pretty fucking clear here, literally in the first statement. The fiscal year for 2025 was 5.6 billion. Okay? 5.6 billion. Fiscal year is probably going into 2027, next half. And if their estimate for this 2026, I meant to say 2025 in case I didn't say. Okay. Wow. This doesn't make sense. This is their own thing. I'm gonna share this screen real fast with you so you can see this. GTA is definitely not coming out this year. There is no fucking way it's coming out next year. Because this line just here, okay? This was fiscal year 2025, which probably ended, I don't know when it ended for Take-Two. Maybe 2 months ago. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, but yeah, this is the last year, and this is supposed to be this. And if it's true that they are planning 8 billion, that is not a GTA launch. Are you fucking kidding me? You're gonna have literally almost a year's time in the financial sense of selling GTA, and all you're planning to do is make 2 billion? That is, I think that's a low estimate. I think that's a pretty fucking low estimate, Jesus Christ. Your typical AAA game is expected to make 400 million, and GTA is supposed to only make improve their numbers by 2 billion? That's pretty low. Wow. I wonder if it's... I don't think it's coming out this year because of that, because that's kind of... I don't know if that's... Is that reasonable? Because 400 million is roughly the equivalent of how many sales is that? 400 million is typically associated with your 5 to 7 million sales. We're expecting GTA 6 to sell way more than 5 to 6 million sales. We're expecting we're expecting pretty much month one it to kind of sell close to 300 million sales. That's month one. We're expecting like at least 100 million sales for GTA 6. So these numbers just don't fucking track. What? It doesn't track. It does not actually track. There's no way they're just expecting that. That is crazy.
3. And honestly, if I'm being real with you guys, that's the only part that I really care about right now. Like, I just need to see trailer 3. Like, I need to know that this thing exists. Well, the good news is that, you know, everything is kind of lining up for that to be very soon. Zelnick himself gave a timeline. He, you know, speaking to Variety right before the earnings call, he said, quote unquote, the next few weeks, I don't think it'll be summertime yet, but when it's summertime, Rockstar expects to start marketing GTA 6. Summer just so happens to officially begin on June 21st, so we're talking about the marketing potentially kicking off any day now. But here's the most important bit, like pre-orders are also widely expected to, you know, open alongside the trailer rather than, you know, before it, which means that whenever trailer 3 drops, that is the same moment, you know, console players can finally put their money down. It's unfortunate that I said only console players, but that's just the reality of the
And by the way, that what I said does account for console players also. It does account for console players because it's going to be exclusive on console only for a month. And that doesn't even account for the concept of the fact that a lot of people who buy GTA 6 on console are going to buy it on PC, because why the fuck would you play it on console?
launch of this game. It's actually crazy. So when exactly could that be? Well, most industry, you know, insiders and watchers are kind of landing in like either late June or July as the most likely window. Now that all of these summer gaming events have, you know, wrapped up, Rockstar has the entire spotlight to itself now. Some are suggesting that it might not be until like, you know, August, but my take is this. I think an early July, you know, release window for this trailer 3 is the sweet spot. And here's my reasoning. Like, obviously summer does not end until September, so technically Rockstar could push the marketing all the way back to August or even September and still be, you know, kind of telling the truth about the summer marketing campaign. And honestly, that would be a bit grim because a September trailer with a November launch gives them essentially 2 months of runaway for the biggest game ever made. But I just don't see how they do that. A November 19th, you know, launch really needs a proper marketing runway, not like, you know, a full 6 or 10 month marketing campaign, but they do need a bit of runaway for the casual audience. So this is my prediction. I think like it's probably going to be either late June or mid-July, maybe early July, but like I don't think they want to like compete with the July 4th or anything, even though that would be kind of rad as well. And my other prediction is that like I think pre-orders are pretty much guaranteed to go live the same, like around the same time. Like they're going to be announced for like maybe a future date, but I think once we get trailer 3, the pre-orders are going to start relatively soon after, if not the same day. But really, until that marketing campaign actually begins, anything is possible. Like I believe, you know, Nate the Hate's saying that unless, you know, something catastrophic happens, then it's going to release in November. I want to believe Strauss Zelnick. I want to believe the November 19th date, but we've been burned by this franchise so many times before. I am not exhaling it.
How many times has GTA been delayed at this point? Is the was the last time the second or third time?
Until I see that trailer go live on Rockstar's channel, like straight up. The moment the marketing starts is really going to be the moment that November 19th becomes like truly locked in my brain. And until that happens, anything is possible. But here's where things get spicy. There is still no confirmed price for GTA 6. None, nada, zip, zilch. You guys get it. And the speculation has been all over the place. Like we've had placeholder listings causing absolute chaos. An Xbox storefront listing appearing at $89.99 in pounds, which is roughly $100 USD. A Dutch retailer listed it at 99 euros, which is about 100.
Oh, I can only wish that it's a $100 price tag. I want all of the AAA industry to adopt it and fucking go to hell. When no one buys their slop. Again, the typical AAA game is already not worth $30 almost at this point. Rarely it is. I want them to adopt the 100% price tag, so literally their sales collapse to like 1/4 of their already irrelevant existence.
$15, and another storefront placeholder reportedly went as high as $120. None of these are real prices though. Obviously they're placeholder prices. Like we're not gonna know the exact price of the game until the pre-orders go live. But what all of the placeholders do is like they really stoke the flames regarding the same question that everyone wants to know, and that is GTA 6 going to be the first $100 video game? Which the official signal from Strauss Zelnick, you know, points to it being lower. He described the price as very reasonable and pointed towards the
$80. I think it's $80 again.
$70 to $80 range that current AAA companies have been occupying. But I think we're obviously going to see a tiered structure, with the base being $70, like $69.99. Maybe they'll push it to the $79.99, like the $80 range for the, base package. And then we'll see a digital deluxe with most likely a premium edition that's well above $100, with a collector's edition potentially, reaching way more than both of those. But here's where I think things land. Like I said, $80 for the standard edition is the smart play. Nintendo already pushed the AAA marketing to $80 with Mario Kart World, so the ceiling has already kind of moved. Rockstar knows a $100 standard edition would generate a lot of headlines at launch, and they probably don't want to like get that smoke. They probably want to avoid that. They make their real money on GTA Online and shark cards anyway, so having the base package that's a little.
But this time, expect actual real story DLC. I think this time we're getting a story DLC. There's no way they pull a GTA 5 on us and we don't get a single-player story DLC this time. It was preposterous we didn't get the first time to create new interest, but there's no way they pull the same shit with GTA 6. We're gonna get a single-player story expansion for GTA 6, 100%.
A little bit cheaper, lower cost of entry, and then get people into the online mode. That is going to be, beneficial for them in the long run. But really, whatever Rockstar decides, like for their.
Whatever Rockstar decides, people are gonna be angry. In any case, now I actually don't even think it's gonna come out this year, because I actually did not see after that 8 billion prediction for this year, which is. That would actually imply Borderlands, but Borderlands fucking collapsed into oblivion. It made even, but it should not be enough to. Of course, it's not enough to warrant 8 billion net booking. So there you go. Very interesting, huh? In any case, I would not be surprised if GTA 6 now gets canned because of the 8 billion. But then again, I did not see it, so I'm not sure where he got that number. Maybe I just missed it because I kind of skimmed it. I did not go actually in depth, because you can't just skim these type of documents. Every company is doing their own way of presenting them and whatnot. They specifically omit information on certain things, so the numbers are all real, but you can't trust what goes into them. Again, I have done that sort of quarterly earnings and yearly earnings crap, so I know that you can't trust those numbers. Anyway, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. That was, who was that? Vestnemo. 10 out of 10. Have a nice day. Bye.